To Terry Moran, who's been there in the stadium all morning long, as so many have gathered to celebrate the life of Nelson Mandela. Terry.
Well, George, as you and I have seen, this was a singular moment in the history of our times, a gathering, unprecedented gathering of the world's most powerful people. But it was also an intensely personal time. The tens of thousands of people that you see behind me braving a drenching cold rain to be here, each one of them to say goodbye to the man who gave them their freedom and the world an unforgettable example. This morning, the world came to South Africa, braving the pouring rain to celebrate the man who changed history.
We will reflect on the life of a man who took the pain of millions of South Africans.
It was the largest gathering of world leaders ever, over 100 heads of state, joining Nelson Mandela's family and thousands of South Africans.
His struggle was your struggle. His triumph was your triumph. Your dignity and your hope found expression in his life, and your freedom, your democracy, is his cherished legacy.
Just as Mandela brought his country together, his memorial began with a coming together of religions during an interfaith prayer.
He too transcended his personal pain and years of suffering to forgive and to embrace his brothers and sisters who inflicted so much pain on him.
To Mandela for his selfless efforts in salvaging the nation and leading it to the path of peace, reconciliation, and harmony.
Then a song to Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
3 of Mandela's 18 grandchildren and 12 great-grandchildren took the stage to honor their grandfather.
The tree that towers above the rest is broken by the wind. Child of the wind, of the land. Child of dreams of a future where black and white, rich and poor, men, women, and children must live side by side, dreaming the same dream, realizing at the crucible of time in our land. We salute you.
Nelson Mandela's grandchildren there, Terry. The tributes pouring in all morning long, and you've seen, as you said, so much joy, so much celebration today, and the crowd really embracing President Obama when they saw him come up on the screen.
No question, his picture, and then when he stepped forward to the podium, the crowd just lit up. And as he spoke, I looked around. This crowd was in rapt attention to the president's words, and it struck me that there is this kinship between South Africa and the United States. Even though the Western superpower, the African nation, there is nevertheless a similarity in the diversity and the challenges that diversity brings. And we listen to each other and can learn from each other. That is certainly the feeling here when President Obama was speaking.
And Terry, we've talked a little bit about the rain so far. As you mentioned earlier this morning, so many people happy in South Africa to see that rain today.
Well, it was a happy feeling. There's just no question that people came here not to cry and not to grieve, to remember with pride and joy and a unique sense of solidarity that extended right through everyone in this stadium, including us. People were friendly here. It was a very beautiful feeling. And one got the sense that in this stadium is the crucible of the South African experience, and as Nelson Mandela's example shows, the crucible of the human experience. A diversity of people coming together to honor a man who showed a way forward.